An unexpected video today. I know it's rare that I upload on Thursdays, but I managed to snag a day off work and wanted to increase the channel work ethic without spamming pointless videos to YouTube like some of the smaller channels around here seem to do. I noticed some uploading 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 videos per day, just spamming stuff. The last few videos covered already. Man, I have a life. Still, I'm not complaining, it's just an observation. What is good, everybody? I'm Fox at Foxy Games UK, your regular aggregate source of news, rumour and video game discussion, covering the latest game news and rumour with an emphasis on PlayStation, but spanning a variety of platforms. Go ahead, follow us at Foxy Games _UK. All relevant links can be found in this video's description. Today's news story / opinion piece is courtesy of thisgengaming.com, and it may resonate with you as it has with me. As usual, I'll read the article verbatim and then give my take on the situation. So, like a lot of people, the author of this article plans on playing Destiny 2, and one thing that is really troublesome is the marketing and lack of any info regarding enhancements for the Xbox One X version. Having already bought and pre-downloaded the PS4 version of the game, and if the Xbox One X gets some enhancements like better graphics and or better frame rate, the author is going to be mighty peed off. Now, that's not the only issue that the author has had with Destiny. When the first game came out, some content was a timed exclusive for PlayStation for up to a year, and apparently that's going to be the case with Destiny 2. Now, a year, really, I don't mind so much if it's a month or two, but a year is a bit much, especially when you factor in the relationship Bungie had with Xbox back in the old Halo days. I think Bungie owes a lot of their early success to Xbox. I like to be an informed consumer and get the most bang for my buck, but the lack of information is making that really hard. Of course, with Destiny 2 releasing 2 months before the Xbox One X, that doesn't help matters either. Activision is also doing the same thing with Call of Duty World War II. Again, I think the lack of information makes me and others a less informed consumer. Now, with Call of Duty, it's not as big an issue since it doesn't appear to have any timed exclusive content like Destiny on PS4. So the safe bet would be get it on the Xbox One X, since the experience should be as good, if not better, as playing it on the PS4 Pro. Call of Duty releases a few days before the One X, so by then we should know what to experience is going to be like really on both consoles. Recently, I have been talking to a few friends of mine who mainly play on consoles like myself, and the whole frame rate issue isn't a big deal to us as long as it doesn't dip below 30 FPS. We were watching some Destiny 2 gameplay on a PC running at 60 FPS, and to be honest, it just looked as smooth. Maybe too smooth. It may sound weird to some, but it kind of bothered us. I will say this, it would be nice if everyone was on the same page as far as resolution and frame rate goes, no matter what system you are playing on. It would also be one less issue in regards to cross-platform play. There are other issues I have to really have with marketing of games. Release dates, I think they're dumb and hurt retailers due to the fact that some always seem to break them while other retailers have to stick to the street dates. Now, an argument can be made that release dates, street dates benefit gamers, so everyone starts playing the game at the same time, so people don't get an advantage by having a game earlier than others. But in the case of the upcoming Forza 7, if you pre-order the Ultimate Edition, you get to play it several days earlier than players who bought the Standard Edition, and it's not the first game to do this. Microtransactions are another one, and I think they are one of the reasons that led to the demise of For Honor. That game was loaded down with too many transactions. I like the way Path of Exile handles them. Yeah, they are there, but it's not in your face like For Honor, and it's all cosmetic stuff, nothing that actually affects gameplay. The way the economy works in the game is really cool too. Now, a lot of this is a moot point if you plan on playing on PC or only have access to one of the consoles and not both systems. But in my case, it's an issue since I have a PS4 Pro and I pre-ordered an Xbox One X. Like I said before, I want to get the most value for my money. For example, I've been buying more games on my PS4 Pro recently due to the fact that it's a more powerful system than the current Xbox, and things look a little better and run better. And that's where the article pretty much ends. Now, before I get into this, let it be known I am anti-timed exclusive. I feel like these console manufacturers need to focus on building their own IP and not lock gamers on other platforms out of a full game release. You could argue Sony are doing a lot of timed exclusivity this gen, but it mostly revolves around DLC with third-party partners. So did marketing deals go too far during the Xbox 360 era? Microsoft famously locked PS gamers out from Mass Effect, BioShock, Grand Theft Auto 4, FIFA, DLC and Call of Duty DLC, and countless other third-party releases. PS3 gamers locked out for 12 months or longer, or never seeing a release on that platform at all. And those are just a few. In those days, PS3 gamers just had to deal with it. Now that Xbox is no longer the industry's favorite little moneymaker, marketing deals seem like a major negative issue. Especially now that Sony PS4 has the bulk share of third-party deals, it's very hypocritical to crow now when it was totally acceptable for the then leading, at least in North America, platform of last generation, the awesome Xbox 360. I was a day one early adopter and went on to purchase 3 iterations of that console over its lifetime. Now fast forward to 2015 and Microsoft's Xbox One is not doing as well as PS4. It's being constantly discounted, sold with HD TVs. Several games are given away free with every bundle. In some cases it felt like you were paying for the games and getting the OG Xbox One for free. The deals were that good. It was in 2015 that Xbox head Phil Spencer went to great lengths to tell us of his disdain for timed exclusivity. Little did we know, Spencer and marketing head Aaron Greenberg were planning to change the wording of timed exclusive to Xbox console launch exclusive. Essentially the exact same thing, perhaps so that Spencer could sleep better at night. So Phil Spencer, he did a whole lot of press in 2015. I think most of us remember, constantly clarifying, re-clarifying and backtracking on prior statements he had made. One such statement was when Phil Spencer accused Sony of gobbling up all the third-party deals, reassuring and leading the most hapless of his install base to believe Microsoft would not be focusing on third-party timed exclusivity. Instead, he claimed the company would build their own exclusive IP. In fact, Microsoft were and still are the only company that publicly went on record to tell all gamers that Team Xbox was going to scale back and not aggressively pursue third-party timed exclusivity, yet Spencer continues to sign off on them, as seen with PUBG, Dead Rising 4 and a slew of indie and smaller studios games which are confirmed as Xbox timed exclusive under the guise of Xbox console launch exclusive. Interestingly, here's a quote from Phil Spencer that I managed to dig up from back in 2015 regarding Microsoft's stance on third-party timed exclusivity. Our strategies around building our own first-party franchises and investing in franchises that we own and fewer exclusive deals for third-party content. I want to have strong third-party relations, but I'm not paying for third-party exclusives. It's not part of our long-term strategy. Now, this comment came shortly after the unexpectedly slow sales of Microsoft's own bought and paid for, you guessed it, timed exclusive third-party IP, also known as Rise of the Tomb Raider, a game Phil Spencer would ensure would not come to the PS4 platform for a full year because, as Spencer would put it, Xbox needs its own Uncharted. Only problem with that is, Phil, Rise of the Tomb Raider is not Microsoft's own. It's a third-party IP that first debuted on the Sega Saturn, developed back in 1996 by Core Design, then made successful on Sony's PS1. In fact, Xbox didn't even exist back then. It's just more evidence and examples of Microsoft and Phil Spencer's Harvey Dent nature. Two-faced liars. Hey Phil, great strategy. Tell your fan base what they want to hear, then just go ahead and continue to do what you said you were not going to do anyway. I told you many times before, people, and I'll tell you again now. Microsoft are one of the biggest hypocrites in the games industry. You cannot believe a word anyone out of that camp says. It's been a case of backtracking, retracting, backpedaling, pivoting all over the place at Xbox. At least the firm cannot be accused of inconsistency. This is why, and in spite of supporting every one of the 3 Xbox generations, OG Xbox, Xbox 360, and the Xbox One and its IP, I have no love for Microsoft. Don't get me wrong, Xbox is a damn fine platform, but the current leadership is completely out of touch with today's gamer. And that brings us to the end of another video. But don't let that stop you expressing yourself. It makes for an interesting discussion. So go ahead and share your thoughts on all of today's news stories in the comments. As usual, if you found any of the information in this video at all useful, go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe and share the video. Immensely helpful to the channel. Now you can also help us grow by supporting us via Patreon. Starting from just $1, you'll find the link in this video's description. Until next time, always remember, keep it real, tell the truth, and most importantly, play games, not corporations. Thanks for watching, everybody.